look we're doing today, it's kind of like a pink, purpley, smoky eye. However, this thing's just going to be really short. So, with saying that, if you like this look, please keep watching. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and let's get started and doing our very kind of, I guess you could say it's a kind of pink, purple, smoky eye that we're going to be doing somewhat. And as anything, you want to make sure that you start off with your primer. So I'm just go ahead and put that on my eye. And I also want to take some and put it underneath my eye. Now, if you don't want to put the eyeshadow under there, you can totally just skip that step. But however I do so, I'm going to go ahead and put the primer under there, and I'm just going to go ahead. It's so important you have a good primer, because we're going to be using a cream base for our eyelid today, and you don't want any of that to creep up on you. And then underneath the eye, I noticed while making some of these tutorials or these videos, whatever you want to call them, I kind of make like the funniest faces really when putting on makeup that I normally wouldn't think are funny while I'm doing it, just because I'm not really focusing on it. But while I watched the videos over, I'm like, I made such a weird face right there. So anyhow, I want to get the beauty encyclopedia just because that's the only place that I have a pearly kind of pink cream shadow. So if you have any kind of light pink cream shadow that looks like that, you want to go ahead and get that out. And I'm just going to put it on our eyelid. I don't want to spread it too much higher than that, just our eyelid. And then maybe a little bit close to the crease bone. And then just make sure you spread it all in there, because you don't want it to be too much. You don't put too much, because it's going to end up creeping up on you, making it too heavy. Now we're going to be using that, by the way, from E.l.f. And I have the quads. And we're going to be using a mixture of two quads. This one is in Punk Funk, and this one is in Glam. And really I got this just because this Punk Funk here, that if you watched it in the other one, the Sexy Punk Funk, I used all these colors. But this pink is such a nice color. It's kind of a shimmery, kind of glittery kind of pink. So I'm going to go ahead and get an eyeshadow brush like this. And this brush is from E.l.f. It's only $1. Tap off the excess. And I'm just going to put that right there. And you want to go about 3/4 of the way of your eyelid. And don't get it too close to your crease bone. Make sure you stay right underneath it. I bet the faces I'm making in this one's even funnier, just because I'm trying to like watch myself and making sure that I'm not doing the funny faces, with probably like making the funny faces even more noticeable. Hopefully not, but if they are, it's okay. If you don't want the shimmery kind of glittery pink, you can go ahead with any kind of maybe intense hot pink that you have, because obviously it's not going to stay that. So if you use the lighter pink, it'll kind of wash some of the pink color away. So that's why I use the hot pink. And then now, I also wanted to mention that I'm going to go ahead and get the little blending brush and use some of this white here. Any white, obviously, you don't need to have this one. But this is a matte white, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that near my eyebrows. By the way, I've already put my mineral makeup on. As I said before, if you're going to the ball, you don't really want to use mineral makeup, because I can't tell you really how well this is going to last on you. So just stick with the Rimmel one that I showed you guys in the previous video. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go check it out so you know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to put that on like there. And then now I'm going to go ahead. I'm trying to talk fast because this actually takes quite some time. But I'm going to go ahead and come back with our eyeshadow brush, thin brush. I try to keep it all simple so you don't have to go out and buy a lot of things. and get this really nice purple here, which we're going to be using a mixture of that purple and the purple from the encyclopedia here. They're both around the same kind of deepness, so any dark purple you have, that's what I want to go with. I just figured that the one that comes in there is a little bit more intense, so I use this as like a base sort of purple, but if your purple's already intense, then just be careful how much you put it on. Just because we're going to kind of shape it into like an angle. So you just kind of put that out in the rest of the corner. And then slowly start bringing it in. And then I'm just going to take the tip of the brush, the end of it like that, and kind of pull the purple out from the top. And then bring it into like, kind of make a C shape so you can make a nice little C angle kind of towards the end, and then bring it in. But not too far in. Make sure you get right above from the pink because you really want the pink to be able to show. So now that I lined it up with like a lighter purple, I'm going to use the more intense purple. And go over that. And you just kind of do the same kind of idea. As you can see, it's more intense, as I said. So that's why you really want to go ahead with a lighter purple, because any little mess up is just going to ruin your eye. You don't want to do that. So after I have it on like this, I'm just going to go ahead and brush off any of that purple that I have on the brush. And come back in with the pink shimmery color there. Actually, not the pink shimmery color, my bad. The light purple there. And dab it in there, and then kind of just brush it in to kind of somewhat mix it in with the pink there. But not too much, it's just so that it's not a harshly defined line right there. And now I'm going to go ahead and also take some of that, we're going to also take some of this light pink that's in here. So any, like, this is like a pastel kind of, almost pasty kind of looking pink. So we're going to go ahead and grab that and put it right over, and just going to blend this out so you get it to look like about that. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep blending because it does take a while. And then I'm just going to come back with you guys and show you what you have to do next. So just keep blending if you're following me. Okay, I'm just going to check to make sure. Oh, hold on. My mom's calling me. I'll be back. Sorry about that. Kind of got interrupted for a quick second by my mother. So, yeah. Awkward moment. But anyhow, I went ahead and kind of blending it out. Now we're going to take the little small brush you have, any small, as you can see that, oh my gosh, time to clean this. Any small eyeshadow brush that you have is fine. We're going to go ahead and just dab it in the black that comes into the glam. It's like a sparkly black. So I'm just going to take that color, and we're kind of going to make like a little C thing as well here, and then bring it out. And then draw a line. I'm going to keep this really simple. This is just going to give us some other little aspect, or not aspect, dimension, I guess you could say, to it, to make it a little bit darker. And then we're going to go ahead and smoke that out a little bit and blend it out with the purple and the pink. Just bring it in a little bit. And then make sure that you're going up when you're blending it in. Blending it out. Gosh, this makeup tutorial is filled with so many bloopers. Goodness gracious. And then I'm just going to go ahead and, again, grab some more of that pastel looking pink that I showed you before and just go over it. And we're going to grab in addition to that, we're going to grab, this is like a goldeny shimmer to it, a goldeny shimmer pink thing. Now this one I normally wouldn't use anywhere else besides like a highlight color or underneath the eye, but that's just this one just for the fact that it is kind of powdery, but we're going to grab some of that. So it's just kind of a step up, if you want to see. I'm just going to line that underneath the eye and put it as a highlight in the corner of our eyes as well. Bring it underneath. And then I'm going to also bring some of that hot sparkly pink that we've been using and bring that underneath with some of the purple and just kind of connect them and then blend them together in the center. Just like that. And now finally what we're going to do is grab some of that sparkly pink that I told you about that was in the Glam. And I just want to brush it in there to the top just to give it a little spark, a little something else. And make sure that it really is in the middle here. You could also use maybe a champagne kind of color. Any kind of color that you can get like this is pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and do this little winged out eye here. Instead of closing my eye and putting it out like this, I'm just going to bring it kind of slightly up. And I'm also going to go ahead and put mascara on and put in a purple eye pencil on our waterline. And when I do that, I'll come back and show you guys how I did it. And so yeah, just watch after that. I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. So I finished doing it, and I just did a little wing as I did in this one. I went ahead and used the cream eyeliner for that. You can use really a liquid eyeliner, just whatever gets the job done, but I like to use the cream eyeliner like this. Some black mascara. I went ahead and put this really nice purple, I use this because the purple kind of has like shimmers to them, but it's really mild. So it looks like that. So yeah, this is pretty much the look. And then for the lips, I went ahead and I want to make it a real pale kind of lip. So what I did is I just took my concealer and I put that on the lips first. Then I went ahead and used a facial whip, shimmering facial whip like that. This one is in citrus, but it's like a kind of a pinky kind of color, a really pastel kind of. How can I put? Well, let me just show you guys, because that's the best way to ever put anything. It just kind of looks like this. And then finally, I used a really pale lip gloss like this. This one's the baby pink, and I just kind of put it like that, and it's really great. So it kind of helps also to make your lip gloss lasts really long. But yeah, this is pretty much the look, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it and try it out at home. And stay for the last third part of the series, because I promise you that one's going to be like completely different from like the other looks that I've done so far. So yeah, talk to you guys soon. Bye.